Love me. Love me!
I did.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 darkest moments in Jim Carrey movies.
You are fired! Or should I say, terminated?
Now I wish I'd stayed. I wish I'd done a lot of things.
Was nothing real?
For this list, we're looking at various dark and depressing moments that are found throughout Jim Carrey's films. To be eligible, the scene must contain Carrey in some capacity. Which scene hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. The Mask Takes Over. The Mask. One of Jim Carrey's weirder efforts, The Mask concerns Stanley Ipkiss, a bank clerk who becomes possessed by the mask and gets embroiled with the mafia.
Bright colors. It's a power tie. It's supposed to make you feel powerful.
For a wacky Jim Carrey comedy, the initial transformation sequence makes for the stuff of nightmares. The mask literally melds itself onto Stanley's face, and he screams in pain and absolute terror while desperately trying to claw it off. The ominous music and flashes of lightning and thunder accentuate the scene's creepy tone. And while Carrey proves amazing as the mask, his pale green face is certainly a little unsettling.
Smokin'! It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
This is pretty creepy stuff, especially for kids who may be watching.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punks?
Number 9. Joe Mentalino's death, Dumb and Dumber. The same year as The Mask, audiences were treated to Dumb and Dumber, which may be one of Carrey's funniest and most lighthearted films.
My car died and I'm late for a luncheon. We usually don't pick up hitchhikers. But I'm gonna go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
There's very little drama to be found here, and the movie contains few dark scenes. Mental's death proves the exception. Wanting to prank Mental, Lloyd and Harry stack his hamburger with chili peppers. This triggers Mental's ulcer, and he collapses in pain. Lloyd and Harry then accidentally feed him rat poison, thinking that the pills are his medication, and Mental dies on the spot. It's pretty dark stuff, but even this scene is largely played for laughs, complete with Harry getting kicked into the blinds and Mental's death being accompanied by a funny gurgling noise.
Check, please.
Number 8. Bruce Nolan is hit by a truck. Bruce Almighty. This comedy begins innocently enough, as Carrey's Bruce Nolan literally becomes God.
When you leave this building, you will be endowed with all my powers.
Whatever you say, pal.
Cue the typical Jim Carrey hijinks as Bruce messes around with his newfound powers. However, he quickly learns that being God is a lot harder than it sounds, and his life spirals out of control.
Love me. Love me!
I did.
By the end of the movie, Bruce realizes that he has completely lost his girlfriend and walks alone in the rain, only to be hit by an oncoming truck. Bruce is literally killed and sent to heaven, but the real God sends him back after Bruce finally shows some maturity and growth.
I want her to be happy. No matter what that means. I want her to find someone who will treat her with all the love she deserved from me.
The movie is a happy ending, but man, did things get really dark for a second there. Number 7. Fletcher Reede beats himself up. Liar, liar. In this wonderful fantasy comedy, Fletcher Reede is forced to tell the truth at all times owing to a birthday wish that his neglected son makes.
I wish that for only one day Dad couldn't tell a lie.
This greatly interferes with his job as a defense lawyer, and Fletcher struggles to defend his client Samantha Cole. Wanting to delay the court proceedings, Fletcher fakes an attack by beating himself up in the bathroom. There's nothing overly malicious within the scene, and it's largely played for laughs. But still, images of Fletcher rubbing soap into his eyes, squishing his face with a toilet seat, and slamming his knee into a radiator may make some viewers wince. Number 6. Killing Fred Stickley, Batman Forever. Despite being significantly lighter in tone when compared to its predecessors, Batman Forever still contains some creepy sequences, and most of them involve Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Edward, please. Who is Batman?
I'm Batman.
Watching Edward Nygma in Arkham Asylum makes for some unsettling viewing, as he has completely lost his grip on reality. But perhaps the darkest moment involving the Riddler comes when Nygma murders Stickley. After Stickley discovers the truth about Nygma's creepy invention, Nygma pushes Stickley out a window, and he proceeds to fall multiple stories to his death below.
You are fired. Or should I say, terminated.
Nygma also proceeds to taunt Stickley's death by sarcastically judging his fall like an Olympic judge. It's pretty depraved stuff for a kid's film.
Ooh, nice form, but a little rough on the landing. He may have to settle for the bronze.
Number 5. The Nightmare, The Cable Guy. Released in 1996, The Cable Guy did not perform well. Carrey was hot off wacky comedies like The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and the Ace Ventura series, and people wanted more of the same.
That's your sweet spot right there.
What they got was a dark comedy in which Carrey plays a lonely and obsessed cable guy who stalks one of his customers. The customer, a man named Steven, eventually grows so paranoid that he has a nightmare about the cable guy. And what a nightmare it is. The cable guy appears with yellow-green eyes and a creepy, echoey voice, and after he breaks down the apartment door, he proceeds to chase Steven down a seemingly endless hallway.
I just want to hang out. No big deal.
Turns out, Jim Carrey can be really creepy and threatening.
Hello?
What a shame.
We could have been blood brothers.
But you're too needy.
Number 4. The Truth, The Number 23. Despite Jim Carrey's admirable effort, The Number 23 proved one of his weaker films. He plays a paranoid man named Walter Sparrow, who becomes obsessed with the number 23 and a novel with the number as its title.
Isn't that amazing?
What?
It's all 23. My birthday, 2-3, driver's license, social security number, everything.
Sparrow notices similarities between the novel and his own life, and he soon becomes embroiled in a tantalizing murder mystery. The truth is eventually revealed in startling fashion.
I didn't kill Laura. I loved her. And I didn't write a book about a number.
You're lying.
I'm in prison for a crime I did not commit, Mr. Sparrow.
Walter is actually the book's author and wrote a fictionalized account of a murder he committed against a woman named Laura Tollins. He subsequently suffered amnesia after a failed attempt to take his own life, resulting in his forgotten memories.
Some injuries can be healed over time. Some are just too hard to deal with. So my brain just blocked out the terrible thing I had done, and the reasons why.
Number 3. The Final Memories, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Hi.
I'm sorry?
I just said hi.
Hi, hello. Hi.
Okay, if I sit closer?
Serving as one of Jim Carrey's finest dramatic movies, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind concerns a couple who have their memories of each other erased. The procedure is done through a company called Lacuna, and the memories are erased in reverse chronological order. As such, Joel's consciousness begins to regret the decision once his earlier, happier memories are erased.
Don't ever leave me.
Pretty. Sweetak. Please let me keep this memory. Just this one.
In one particularly poignant scene, Joel begs to keep a specific memory. The climactic sequence is also quite tragic, as Joel's final memory of Clementine literally crumbles around him as he morosely expresses his regrets, knowing that his one true love will be erased from his memories forever. It's a horribly sad sequence, and Carrey plays it to perfection.
Now I wish I'd stayed. I wish I'd done a lot of things. I wish I'd stayed. I do.
Number 2. Truman Burbank reaches the end. The Truman Show.
While the world he inhabits is in some respects counterfeit, there's nothing fake about Truman himself.
Carrey's first drama, The Truman Show, is a classic example that touches on a wide variety of existential themes. Carrey plays Truman Burbank, a man who lives inside a simulated reality and serves as the focal point of a reality TV show. Everyone he knows are actually actors, and the town he lives in is nothing but an elaborate set.
Jesus, do you think he knows?
Hello?
Better call Christoph.
Hello? Come in, Major Burbank.
At the end of the movie, Truman reaches the limit of the set and crashes his boat through the wall. Truman touches the wall in disbelief and breaks down with the full realization that his entire life has been a fabricated lie.
Was nothing real?
You were real. It's what made you so good to watch. Listen to me, Truman. There's no more truth out there than there is in the world I created for you.
It serves as a wonderfully bittersweet ending. While Truman escapes the simulation, his sense of reality has been utterly shattered.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Hank Evans tricks Irene P. Waters. Me, myself, and Irene. Hank pretends to be Charlie Bailey Gates so Irene will sleep with him.
Irene! Why am I peeing like I was up all night having sex?
Well, it seems old Hank had pulled a fast one.
Christmas Future, A Christmas Carol. Christmas Future is always freaky.
But if these causes are departed from, these ends will change, isn't that so? No! No! Am I that man who lay upon the bed?
Colonel Stars and Stripes' death. Kick-Ass 2. Stars and Stripes is killed by Mother Russia.
You used to be Sal Bertolini, didn't you? Did a few jobs for my dad back in the day before you got born again?
I used to hang with a lot of losers.
This is how you thought you'd die, Sal? Dressed like an idiot?
The Grinch destroys Whoville. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. An angry green creature wreaks havoc in Whoville.
Excuse me, old timer.
Mind if I wet my whistle?
Well,
That's some good stuff!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Andy Kaufman's death. Man on the Moon. Jim Carrey earned his 2nd consecutive Golden Globe Award for Man on the Moon, in which he plays famous performance artist Andy Kaufman. Much of the movie is devoted to Kaufman's intentionally irritating shenanigans, but things take a turn for the tragic once Andy is diagnosed with lung cancer.
It's not a gag, Bob. I got cancer. I got lung cancer.
Lung cancer? That's ridiculous. You don't even smoke.
I've got some freaky rare kind. It's called large cell carcinoma. Yay.
The real Kaufman died at just 35 years old, and the movie's final moments are devoted to his failing health. A desperate and horribly sick Andy visits the Philippines in a last-ditch effort to save himself, only to realize that the psychic surgeons are frauds, much like himself. Andy can only laugh at the irony, and while it makes for a fitting conclusion to his life, it's nevertheless a very tragic and tender moment. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.